Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to study the properties of D block elements. Last class we have discussed the introduction part of D block elements. Properties of D block elements. Class 12 D block elements. Topic. Dear students, the electronic configuration of D block element is n minus 1 into D 1 to 10 ns 0 to 2. This is the electronic configuration of D block element in which the energy difference between the penultimate cell and the valence cell. This is called penultimate cell. Penultimate cell and valence cell are very small. Therefore, these electrons are considered as valence electrons. These electrons are considered as valence electrons. They involve chemical bonding. That is why these compounds have variable oxidation state. These compounds have variable oxidation state. That is M12 plus, M14 plus, like that it has different oxidation state because the D electrons consisting of 1 to 10 electrons. Therefore that manganese have plus 7 oxidation state. Plus 7 means it will donate 6 electrons to the neighboring atom and to form bond. That is the thing in the special character in D block element. The D block element is present in between S block and P block element. So it is also called as transition element. We already discussed that why it is transition element, because the D block progressive filling of incomplete D orbitals 1 to 9, not full completely filled D orbitals. That is why it is called D block element. D block element means the progressive filling of D electrons in the orbital in incomplete manner, in between 1 to 9. Not if it is filled hard. D10 configuration means it is not a transition element. Last class I explained that it is just a D block element, but it is not a transition element. Okay, this is the definition that why the D block elements have variable oxidation state. Reason is the energy difference between the penultimate cell and the valence cell are very small. So here these 10 electrons also contribute chemical bonding. Therefore these are considered as valence electrons for D block elements only. S block and P block, that electronic configuration is different. Therefore they have different valence electrons. Here they involve chemical bonding. That is why these compounds have variable oxidation state. Example, manganese plus 2, plus 5 and plus 6 oxidation, plus 4 and plus 6 oxidation, plus 7 oxidation also possible. So next step. First property I am going to discuss is the magnetic properties. Magnetic properties of P block elements. Magnetic properties of D block elements. Not magnetic, sorry. Melting point and boiling point of D block element. Melting point and boiling point of D block elements. Generally, D block elements are hard metals. They have malleability. Why the malleability is taking place? If the force is applied to a metal, the electrons present in the metals sliding over each other. The movement of the position of the electron is not changed, but some sliding is taking place. See, suppose this is a sheet full of electrons, free electrons, plus kernels. In between that kernels, positive charge species. When I am hitting this the metal into sheet, what happen means the electron just bend. The electron just bend. Therefore, we can able to convert the metal into sheets. And converting the metal into thread is called ductility. Gold is the most ductile element. That is why the ornaments are prepared. Next one is heat, conductivity of heat and conductivity of electricity. Because of the sea of mobile electrons in the metals, they are the carriers of heat from hotter body to colder body. They transfer heat from hotter one to colder one. That is the thing related to electrons. Electrons are those which carry electricity one point of the metal to other point. That is why copper is a very good conductor of electricity. Next one is tensile strength, load bearing capacity. They have the strength of stability, weight bearing capacity. All those things are some physical properties of D block elements. Next I am going to talk about the melting point and boiling point of D block elements. Generally, D block elements have high melting and boiling point. High melting and boiling point. Why? This is the question. This is due to the high melting and boiling point is due to two reasons. One reason is strong metallic bonding. Second one reason, more number of unpaired electrons. More number of unpaired electrons present in the particular element. Reason for the high melting and boiling point is metallic bonding, strong metallic bonding, more number of unpaired electrons present in the particular element. Right, these are the two reasons. First I am going to explain that what is meant by metallic bonding. See, this is a metal sheet full of kernels, positive spheres called kernels. Surrounded by sea of negative ions. Surrounded by sea of negative ions. So this is called kernels, positive spheres. This is called electrons. Sea of electrons, sea of mobile electrons, sea of mobile electrons. Students, what is meant by metallic bonding means the electrostatic force of attraction between the electrostatic force of attraction between the mobile electrons, electrostatic force of attraction between the mobile electrons and the kernels are called as metallic bond. So I take iron rod, 5 centimeter iron rod. I am seeing the iron rod with the help of microscope. I am seeing like this, full of positive and negative ions. Because the nucleus is made up of protons, outermost cell is made up of electrons. The outermost cell is free from the control of nucleus. So the electron free to move here and there. Metals are highly electropositive. Therefore they have extra electron. That extra electron plus the proton are the responsibility for metallic bonding. The extra electron tend to move here and there. Therefore it moves here means it is attracted by the neighboring proton, neighboring nucleus. One electron is moving from one proton to other area, so it will cross the metal, so it will be attracted by the other. The extra electrons are moving here. The extra electrons are donated. Other than the extra electron, some electrons are present in the outermost cell. That electrons are attracted by the proton of the neighboring atom. This will give strong bondage. This type of bond is called metallic bonding. I will tell you again. This is one kernel. This was attracted by electrons on side. So here also attraction. So this type of attraction, electrostatic force of attraction, positive negative attraction in the inside the metal is called as metallic bond. This attraction leads to ion. Here is electron proton attraction. Here ion like that. This is called metallic bonding. So the metallic bonding takes place only with the help of the mobile electrons and the kernels. That is responsible for the metallic bonding. What do you mean by more number of electrons are responsible for the strong high melting and boiling point region? If more number of unpaired electron means more number of metallic bonding takes place. Suppose manganese have plus 5 unpaired electrons. So it has one manganese will form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with another manganese. So with the proton of the other one. So the bonding is very strong. If it is more number of unpaired electron, the sea of unpaired electron is strongly surrounded by the positive end of the other atom. Then the next atom, like that the attraction will form. So more number of unpaired electron present, more is the attraction. So if more is the attraction means more bond dissociation enthalpy needed, more amount of energy need to break the bond. That is why the melting point and the boiling point of D block elements are very high. Now I am going to draw the diagram given in the textbook. This is the graph which explains the melting point curve. From generally the 3D series 3D1 to 3D5 melting point increases due to increase in unpaired electron, increase in number of unpaired electrons. Up to 3D1 to 3D1 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1 electron. 3D2 2 electron 1, 2, 3, 4 2 electrons. 3D3 3 electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3D4 4 electrons. So number of unpaired electrons present means in the n-1d and the ns orbital means these electrons involving a metallic bond stronger. That is why if the unpaired electrons pair up means the metallic bond is weaker because they pairing each other, they will not involve the metallic bonding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3D5 up to 3D5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 5 electrons of one element is strongly bonded with the nucleus of the second atom. So that is why very high energy needed to break the bond. That is why the metals have very high melting and boiling point. And after 3d6 to 3d10, pair up starts. Melting point decreases. So these things, so 1, 2, 3, first it increases, then it decreases. This is the thing given in the graph. One more exception, even though manganese and technetium have the more number of unpaired electrons, they have abnormally low melting point, because by its very nature these two elements are abnormally low melting point. The remaining compounds obey this formula. 3d1 to 3d5, the melting point increases because more number of unpaired electrons, which favors the strong metallic bonding between one atom and other atom. After 3d6 to 3d10, the strong attraction will be decreased because of pairing starts between the 3d6, 3d7, 3d8, 3d9, 3d10, pairing starts. So if electrons start pairing, they will not involve metallic bonding. Therefore, the melting point decreases. That's the thing explained in this graph. This is the atomic number. This is the melting point. Y-axis stagnates melting point and x-axis stagnates atomic number. This is 3D series, titanium to zinc, copper, zinc, titanium to silver. Zirconium to silver, titanium to gold, sorry, and all these things are given, right? Next, atomization, enthalpy of atomization. What is meant by enthalpy of atomization? Enthalpy of atomization. Suppose a metal rod full of iron, metallic bonding, strong metallic bonding between one ion and other ion, like that. So suppose the metallic bond is like this. The enthalpy of atomization means energy required to break the metal and to convert into atoms, are called as enthalpy of atomization. Suppose to this bond between two ion, energy required to break the bond to form ion atom. This is called enthalpy of atomization energy. So, enthalpy of atomization of metallic, enthalpy of atomization of d block elements have high. Enthalpy of atomization of d block elements are high. D block elements are high due to more electrons present in the valence cell. More electrons present in the valence cell. In the valence cell, more electrons are present. That's the reason. If more electrons present means they tend to attract the metal. They will form strong metallic bond. That is why more amount of energy needed to break the bond. I already explained this. Now I am going to draw one graph. After the graph, I will explain what is the enthalpy of atomization. Here, ion. This ion is tightly bonded with this ion due to electron-proton attraction. Here also, like this is called metallic bond. Roughly, I am telling. If more amount of energy is needed to break the bond, means more number of electrons involved in bonding. That is why enthalpy of atomization of d block elements are high due to more electron present in valence cell. Energy required to break the metal and to convert the atoms is called enthalpy of atomization. Example is, suppose a bond between one ion and other ion atom. Some energy is applied to break the bond. It will convert into ion atom plus one more ion atom. Right? Density. Melting point, boiling point are high in D block element due to that metallic bonding, and metallic bonding is due to number of free electrons or unpaired electrons present in the valence shell. That and all discussed. Now I am going to just tell about density. Normally D block elements are much denser than the S and P block elements. This is due to reason. First reason is on moving left to right, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. On moving left to right, the size of the atom decreases. So, if on the same time, atomic mass increases. On moving left to right, the size of the atom decreases. At the same time, the filling of electrons in the outermost shell increases. Therefore, atomic mass increases. Atomic mass increases means, let us see a common example. In a very small area, large number of metropolitan cities are having very small area due to the industrial wealth. Large number of people migrated. That is called a densely populated area. In a small village, large number of places are there, but a small amount of people is there because the scarcity of industries, all those things. So density means in a small area, large number of electrons are filled. That is called density. So on moving from left to right, the size of the atom decreases. So while decreasing the size, same time the number of electron also increases. That is why when moving from left to right, density increases. Density increases from left to right in the periodic table. Otherwise, period wise density increases. What happen in group wise? Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium, or we can tell it as silver, gold, platinum, palladium, silver, gold, all those things. Here the size of the atom is bigger, still bigger. Size of the atom increases. Now atomic mass also increases. So both compensate each other. Density little bit decreases only. So density decreases. From group wise. Group wise density decreases and period wise density increases. So in the today's session we have discussed that n-1d and ns orbitals have very less energy gap. So the electrons of n-1d orbital penultimate shell also involved chemical bonding. That information. After that we have discussed about the melting point, boiling point, atomization of enthalpy of atomization with the help of two graphs. And last term is density. Density increases from left to right due to small size and large number of electrons present in them. Density decreases from group wise because the atomic size also increases. Huge enormous increase in atomic size, and the same time the atomic mass also increases. Due to that the density is little bit decreases from top to bottom. Thank you students. God bless.